Hey guys, what's going on? It's Nick here, and today's video is going to be something interesting. We're going to be talking about the brand new 24, God, I keep saying 21.5 inch, the brand new 24-inch iMac that Apple just recently debuted on the 420 Spring Load event that happened yesterday. And well, my opinions are mixed, honestly. And if you're wondering how they are exactly, then let's just jump right into it. Okay, so to recap, the 21.5-inch iMac got a complete redesign at the Spring Load Apple event, and in which it received a complete brand new design overhaul that I honestly did not suspect Apple would go with that cool of a design for the brand new iMac. I thought it was going to be similar to that of the Pro Display XDR, with at least a stand. The brand new 24-inch iMac now has a brand new aluminum case that now features colors! We now have a color option. We haven't had color options on the iMac since... Holy shit, we haven't had color options on the iMac since like 1999. No, since like 2001, since 2002 was when they released the iMac G4, which came in the flat panel and the dome option. That is probably Apple's most iconic computer ever created, since that design was really cool in my opinion. But the brand new iMac comes with a brand new aluminum case that is slimmer, that is just about as slim, if not just a little bit more thicker than that of the iPad Pro, and it is very similar to what the leaks and rumors had been suggesting since around early 2020, when we were expecting a brand new iMac redesign to come out. When it was unveiled at the event, I was personally blown away by the design. I think the new design for the iMac is absolutely stunning. I love it. I love the color of the aluminum. I love how they made the glass on front like frosted on the bottom and then glossy for like the screen. I love it, and I think they did a really good job design wise. Now let's talk about chip wise. What is exactly different about this iMac internal wise? Well, the brand new iMac is powered by the M1 Apple Silicon chip, which has been powering the MacBook Pro, 13-inch, the MacBook Air, and the Mac Mini for around a few months now, and reviews of those devices have been exceptionally positive, and Apple has just recently put in this new M1 processor into the iMac. And, well, they completely redesigned the thermal architecture of the iMac as well, giving it two smaller fans rather than a big blower than on the traditional 21.5-inch iMac, making it only just like 10 decibels loud, which Apple stated is like the human ear can just like barely hear. So this thing is pretty damn quiet for an iMac, like quieter than any other iMac ever, probably. But regardless, the internal architecture of the iMac has been completely redesigned. They gave it a brand new 6-speaker sound system, which they made very bold claims about at the event. And I, for one, I'm gonna say that the claims that they made are gonna be pretty accurate, but I have to listen to the speakers for myself, because that's what I did with the 16-inch MacBook Pro, and I gotta say they did a fucking amazing job with the speakers on the 16-inch MacBook Pro, and I cannot wait to go to the store and check out this new iMac for myself once I go back home. But basically, the new iMac comes in several different colors as well. It comes in red, pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and silver, which is, I think, more than the original colors that came out with the fruity model that came out in 1999. I think that the color options for the new iMac will bring a lot of more people to buying it, since it's the most popular desktop computer ever since 1999, and today you see iMacs everywhere, and I think we'll see them a lot more with these new colors, since people will want to buy it. Since I honestly am thinking I might want to buy one eventually, because I think, for one, it looks pretty cool, and two, like, a redesigned iMac, I want to get it, because like, it's fucking cool. And so those were some of the positive things about the iMac. Now, when it comes to pricing, I think that they priced it appropriately for what you're getting. For the base model, you're getting an 8-core CPU, a 7-core GPU, 256 gigabytes of storage, 8 gigabytes of built-in RAM, and yeah, that's pretty much what you get with the 24-inch iMac starter model. But the thing is, is that when you try to configure it to the more expensive model, the $1,500 model, is where I have some problems here. Okay, now just to remind all of you here, this is my own sole opinion, and don't go in the comments hating me, okay? Because I'm entitled to my own opinion, and the least I ask of you guys is that you respect my opinion here, okay? So when it comes to the 24-inch iMac $1,500 model, you're not getting a lot for what you pay. The only difference between the 24-inch iMac starter model and the $1,500 model, now mind you, the 24-inch iMac starter model starts at around $1,300, which is, I think, around the same price as the 21.5-inch iMac. I would have to fact check that just to be safe. Editor put up the original price of the 21.5-inch iMac right here, and yeah, that was the original price of the 21.5-inch iMac, and I don't think it changed, but that's regardless. So what you get for the standard model is an 8-core CPU, a 7-core GPU, and that amount of storage and RAM, and that's it. And what comes in the box is the power adapter, magic mouse and keyboard, or trackpad depending on what you choose, and the computer itself. And when you go to the customize page on the store is where I see a massive kind of kick in the shin, if you might say that, because if you go for the $1,500 24-inch iMac, you're not getting a lot different. Now, listen to me on this. So the only difference between the $1,300 model and the $1,500 model are two things: more color options and one more core to the GPU. And that is it. Okay, now let me just preface one thing here. The M1 chip that was released with the 13-inch MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, and the Mac Mini is already pretty fucking powerful for what you're getting. And I just cannot justify only adding one more core to the GPU, which quite honestly will not make a difference for a Mac user. For a Mac user who would buy the new iMac for like Zoom productivity or like light content creation, or depending on what it is, you're not going to notice a massive difference with this. And I just cannot justify a $200 price raise for just one more GPU core and more color options. I just cannot justify it in any way. I just cannot. I honestly think that Apple has gone way too far with this, and because you're basically getting the same exact computer but just different color options. Everything is pretty much the same. The computer is going to perform the same. And you're not even getting new storage options. You're not getting more RAM. You're only getting one more core on the GPU and color options. That is it. Hey guys, it's Editor Nick here, and well, I just want to cut a little bit of this portion here just to preface something here. Now, what I mean by that there's not going to be a noticeable difference, I'm talking about the everyday Mac user that's just using their computer for browsing the web or doing Zoom calls or something like that. I'm not talking about pro creators who would be using this for like 4K video editing, because in that kind of platform you would actually notice a difference with one more core added to the GPU, since the GPU handles most rendering stuff in Final Cut Pro. So I just want to let you all know that that's what I meant, so don't go in the comments screaming about that to me. Alright, now back to the video. And I cannot justify a $200 price range for what you're getting. It's just, they should have made that the base model, and then they should have made it maybe like a 10-core CPU and like maybe 500 gigabyte SSD and 16 gigs of RAM for $1,500. That I would be able to justify the price of. Hi, it's me again. Now, at the time of recording this, I initially saw the two different configurations on mobile, which it did not initially list the $1,700 model that has the higher SSD count. And so I did not have that into factor at the time of recording this, so just keep that in mind as well. But for only one GPU core added and color options, I'm just saying, Apple, no, just no. You cannot do that. Just no, you cannot. You just cannot be. And this just shows how upset I am on the issue here, because you cannot just release a product and give it options and only change one or two things that only change either the physical appearance, and even they did change something on the hardware level, but it's so insignificant that it's not going to make a difference from the $1,200 model. It just makes absolutely no sense to charge that much money for only that little change. And that's where I have a problem with the new iMac, okay? Now, I've given you my criticism here, and I think that with Apple releasing this, I think the release of the new iMac is all fine and dandy. It's just I want to express my grievance with the prices, and that's it. Other than that, I think the computer looks phenomenal. I think it's going to perform like a champ. I think it's just going to do really well, and I think that this iMac refresh has been long overdue, and that we've been waiting for it for a very long time, since 2009. Let me tell you, the 21.5-inch iMac was introduced in 2009 with the new design that they came out, and I think that this design refresh has been long overdue for the iMac, and I'm honestly glad that Apple finally unveiled it, since I was waiting for that iMac just as much as other people were. However, they didn't do anything to the 27-inch model, which gives me to suspect something, is that the 21.5-inch iMac was updated to the 24-inch Apple Silicon model. However, Apple did not do anything to the 27-inch model. The 27-inch model still sports the same old design, an Intel processor, and the same configuration that it has when it was unveiled in late 2020. And they didn't do anything with it. And given that, when Apple just recently discontinued the iMac Pro, it suspects me to believe that Apple's going to release an iMac, some sort of 30-inch iMac, whether they brand it as Pro, we still have yet to see. But my suspect is that they're going to rebrand the 27-inch iMac as the 30-inch iMac, and they're going to give it a lot more storage options, a lot more powerful processor, probably maybe like an M1X or something, or an M2 chip or something, a lot more powerful than that of the M1 chip, but it's too early in the game to say so. But that's what my suspicions are as of right now. And well, I cannot wait till that computer comes out, and I really hope that they add either a slate option similar to that of the iPhone 5 in 2012, or some sort of like space gray or black option like they had with the iMac Pro. Because that was the one thing I was really hoping for with the 24-inch iMac release, is that they would release like a black version, but they unfortunately didn't, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. So to recap, I think the 24-inch iMac is absolutely amazing, and I would definitely buy it if I was in the market for a brand new computer. But I'm currently building a custom Mac Pro build, and I already have a 16-inch MacBook Pro that's working just fine, so I'm not looking to upgrade anytime soon. And well, what that holds for the future, that is uncertain as of right now. And well, I will keep you guys up to date as to some of this Apple news and whatnot, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I will see you all in the next video. This is Nick Dalton, signing off. I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!